Hola, hola, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Coming at you with another video, a review, right? A review. Review. Okay, so a lot of you guys have known me to been a big fan of First Form because I've been on their Commander, I've done their pre-workout. I was even using their fat burner in back when they had DB1, right? I think I'm saying that right. It's been a while, but they've always upgraded their stacks, which has always been great. I even did one on Primal Pack, which I'll probably be doing an updated one on the test booster. But the one I wanted to talk about was this one, the Royal, because I decided to test it out because it just came out. I'm like, you know what? I don't like to go with the he says, she says. I like to go with let me try it out, because by trying it out, it allows me to get more in depth with what I'm doing. And I like to take my notes. I like to take my precaution, you know, because if I tell a friend, hey man, try this, then they're gonna be like, Javi, this shit sucks, and they're gonna be pissed at me, and I'm like, dude, what? But so real quick, I'm gonna go over what I've. There's C21. Oh, sorry. C21. You probably can't see that correctly. T21. And Royal 21. King. Meant for guys. Okay. So what I've noticed by taking these three, yeah, this is a stack. This is the one part stack, and they work in conjunction with each other. And before I go into what it did for me, let me tell you what fat burners are supposed to do. You know, when they call them fat burners, thermogenics, things of that nature. What it's supposed to do is, you know, as they all claim, help you burn fat, right? But how do you do that? How do you burn fat? You technically have to, you know, what? For every 1 pound of fat is 3,500 calories. So you technically have to take that initiative as you're in your deficit by training, you know, every step of the way, you know, how going into the math of it, you know, that's how you burn fat. Stubborn fat and target areas, that's all about your genetic makeup. So instead of going into those aspects, we just keep it simple. So by burning fat, you know, that means our metabolism's at its peak, you know, our body is in a healthier state, we're consuming better foods that are suitable for our goal. And what fat burners are technically a tool to add to the benefits, to increase the benefits. You know, it's like putting an upgraded tire on a car versus having a spare tire. You know, it just makes things run a lot better. So with that being said, once you understand what a fat burner is supposed to do, it is not a magic pill. It is not supposed to cure all, be all, but it's supposed to aid in that goal. Now, I use fat burners in different ways personally. I use, you know, like when I'm on a clean bulk, eating wholesome foods but more in a surplus, I like to keep my fat intake or my body fat kind of at base, so I keep my calories a little weird. But the way I also eat is carb cycling, so just makes things a little easier for me, you know. And I have a really big appetite, so appetite control, just, you know, I can go above my surplus real easy, and makes things pretty tough. So let's get into it. This is the fat burner. Okay. It allows you to have, it is a stimulant because it has caffeine. Caffeine is a stimulant. Caffeine is a supplement. Did you know that? Google it. It's the most abused supplement out there. Coffee, caffeine, soda, all of it. But yeah, this is an energy, appetite, and it provided me with focus. So like normally when I was testing this, I noticed that like my coffee intake when I normally would have coffee in the morning, coffee in the afternoon, that all went down because I had more energy throughout the day. And I work in a very high-paced office scenery, so, screen time, and then I get off, and then I'm doing my coaching for my clients and stuff, and then, I'm also a daddy, so I'm everywhere. So having a little extra focus and energy. Um, so I saw that, and then normally my appetite, when I'm in a deficit, when I'm cutting, because I did a manner cut for about 4 weeks to test this, and my appetite was good. I was pretty much content. I wasn't really hungry, because some of you guys don't understand that feeling when you're eating and your stomach is still growling, because although you're eating, you're still thinking about food. Maybe that's just me, but yeah, that didn't happen too often. So this did good. It's not like your average, why are you out? But it did catch me off guard by how much energy I had throughout the day. You know, the T21. Now, what people don't understand about this one, and I've always been a fan of this supplement, because it was called Thyroid Drive before, so this is the upgraded formula. I've always been, you can check my Instagram or whatever. I've been using the Thyroid Drive for a long time, because when people don't get what your thyroid does for your body, right in here, when it's revved up, your metabolism, your control system, right there, your body can optimize it at best, and burn more calories. Your body's running good. To give you perspective for those who aren't familiar, an ecto, an endo, and a mesomorph. An ectomorph are usually the body frames that are very slender, and they can usually eat whatever and not get fat. Well, they have a hyperthyroid. Their thyroid is it's more active than usual. So endomorphs, as myself, we don't have one like that. Mesomorphs usually have a really good form of a thyroid, so they're kind of with the ectomorphs, and they can put on muscle. They're the gifted genes. Let's just call that. They're the ones that can do everything, and we hate them. No, I'm just kidding. We don't hate them. We're super jealous, though. But yeah, the thyroid is very important. So when this came out, and I saw that they upgraded it, it made me happy, because it's like a very strong multivitamin for my thyroid. The healthier I can keep that as I age, the more important. So, like, when I tell my clients, this is one that you can't overlook too often, because it's your thyroid. If that breaks, you're fucked. It's hard. Some of you guys know friends who have thyroid issues. It's not a game. So with T21, increasing T3 and T4 in the body, it's just important. So I like this one. It's definitely a staple. C21. Now, what I liked about this one, because I've tried a lot of different concepts when it comes to sleeping. I don't get a lot of sleep, so when I do, it's important. It put me in deeper sleep. So when I woke up, I actually felt more refreshed. So the fact that I was testing it for that time, my body would get 4 to 5 hours of sleep, but I'd wake up as if I got a full night's rest. And then when that happened, I'm like, okay. So I looked into it more, when it decreases the stress level and helps you shut your mind off and just go to bed. That's, yeah, man. Especially when you got so much things going on. So that helped me a lot. And I didn't wake up so often like with that groggy feeling like you're taking melatonin. Some of you guys know that sometimes when you take certain sleep aids, that it makes it very rough. So you got to make sure that you take these and feel good about it. I mean, it made me feel good about it. So by taking the whole thing, I was like, it's definitely one that I'm gonna stick to when I go into my cut come later. I plan on doing a little cut in July, for the fall. If I can get a sponsorship, who knows? Anyways, but yeah. Overall, that's my experience with the Royal 21. I think I'm gonna give it a couple more shots. I do like it overall. I like it more than I like the Commander, just for the fact that the controlled aspect, my body was able to just burn more calories. I became like a 24-hour machine of burning calories, you know, because now my body can optimize sleep better, which if you can do that, your body's going to burn calories as you sleep, because it's working, it's repairing, it's doing, you know. My thyroid's healthier, so it's more revved up, so I'm burning more calories. My metabolism system is better. Royal King comes into play, and I'm feeling royalty. I got like a crown on and shit. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you like, feel free to like, subscribe, you know, share with your friends, tell them about me, tell them, hey, he's cool. But that's enough out of me. If you catch you this tonight, good night, sweet dreams. If you catch you this morning, good morning. Make the day, tomorrow, and every day count. Y'all have a wonderful one. Adios.